Attention, all queens, kings, food enjoyers, and travelers. If you are looking for a podcast that has some laughs with a snarky and stylish host, we cover anything here from politics to news, review of places, food, and hotels. I may make snarky diss tracks about people every now and again. So tune in, watch as we take flight, and go on the air. Welcome to Corvus Critiques, hosted by your wonderful host, Corvus the Crow. Now, this is my first pilot episode, so I really just wanted to introduce myself, for the most part, make you all familiar with me. So, I'm from a little nest in Northeast. It was a small town, a lot of nasty-ass homophobes, which you wouldn't think would be in the Northeast, but there's plenty of them, dear. Now, for the most part, my life has been getting a lot better, right? You have roles, you have, ups and downs, right? But I get to do this podcast, and I'm really hoping that it does take off. So a lot of what I want to cover is politics. Maybe we could do some debates in the future. What's going on in the news? Like recent news. I love science. I love all of that kind of stuff. So we'll cover news, politics. I also do some food criticism. I'm a traveler. I love going to places, and I stay at a lot of hotels, and I want to critique some hotels that I've been to. I would also like to make a little bit of a diss track, which is kind of funny for some people that I come across. They really just write themselves. I'm sorry, they just really do. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, just let me know, because I definitely am intrigued by how this can work, especially as a podcast. I've never done anything like this. So yeah, a little bit about me. Little nest in the northeast region of the United States of America. And growing up, it was a little hard to even just come out, I guess, Like, it was hard because I didn't know how my family would react. I didn't know how a lot of my friends would react. So I really just hope to kind of be an advocate for that kind of stuff. And then my life kind of took a turn, right? I got into a profession where I have to travel a lot, and I really do like that because I get to see all sorts of things for the most part. So that's kind of where I'm at right now in my life. Yeah, like I go to a lot of pride events. You probably wouldn't even guess who I am. I promise you that. So I go to a lot of pride events, a lot of gay bars, and I do critiques on them and, try to review how they can get better, and I really do like that. I like that element of what it is. So this podcast is going to be a little shorter than what my usual video would be. Or rather, my usual podcast would be, just because it is the pilot. It is kind of like more improv right now, because I knew what I was going to say, and that's really like all I really feel comfortable in sharing right now, because, I'm kind of doing this as kind of like an anonymous kind of podcast thing. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. We're going to talk until the 5, and then you're free to comment, share, like, definitely. And we're actually going to do our first episode on Friday, which I'm sure you'll love. I mean, come on, who doesn't love Corvus, the snarkiest, most stylish podcaster of the 21st century? Okay, maybe I'm lying just a bit, indulging just a bit, but let's be honest here, a lot of these voices don't have style, don't have that queer joy that we bring to society. And least of all, right? They do not have the snark that I do. So tune on in Friday the 30th at 8 p.m. That's when our first podcast will be. I hope to see all of you there for some really, really good critiques. Now it's time to get off the air and land on a branch preferably, and a soft landing at that. So tune in our next episode. I will see you all there. Corvus out.